Hello friends, welcome to the Jazz Ranch Hip Cats, Groovy Chicks. I'm going to be playing a song for you now written by Bill Evans called Laurie. And I'm going to be showing you a particular chord he likes to use called the dominant 7th sharp 9. He uses it as a substitute often for minor 7th chords or minor 9 chords. And it's a beautiful sounding chord. I'm going to show you this voicing that he uses in this tune as well as some other voicings he uses. And so here we go now with Laurie by Bill Evans, and I'll explain it after I play it for you. Here we go. Hello friends, welcome to the Jazz Ranch. I'm going to be talking about the song Laurie that I just played for you and the use of the dominant 7 sharp 9 chord, which was one of the favorite chords that Bill Evans used quite a bit. And often he used it as a substitute for a regular minor 7 chord or a minor 7 flat 9. He would use the sharp 9. So let's look at that. What is the dominant 7 sharp 9? Let's look at it from the point of view of a C chord. There's our triad. Add the flat 7 or that minor 7 interval. Here's the octave or 8. Here's the major 9. So now a half step higher would be the sharp 9 and a half step lower would be the flat 9. So now let's look at the flat 9. It has 2 tritones in it. It has this one and this one. Tritones are diminished fifth interval or flatted fifth, and that wants to resolve like that. That wants to resolve. This one wants to resolve like probably there, So it wants to resolve to F, right? So that tension with the 2 tritones on the flat 9 gives us the sense of, oh, we need to resolve this, and it does resolve nicely to F, or the 1. It's like a 5-1. So now let's look at and compare that to the sharp 9. Now the sharp 9 has the same flat 5 interval there, or tritone there, but it has this interval here, which is even more dissonant than the tritone. It's like that sound, the half step, but displaced, an octave. But it's still one of the most dissonant intervals you can have. So now within that, we make it pretty by putting the third and the seventh in there, flatted seventh in there. So it sounds kind of like tension, but also can be sounding like a blues chord. And it is used a lot with blues, you know, like a lot of tunes use that, you know, that sound. It's a gutsy sound, and you can really feel that sound, right? You could even put it to a tune like this. Right? It's a little more feeling to it than just a plain C minor. Or even this. Which is kind of pretty. This has got more umph to it, more feeling to it. Right? So there you go. That's what he's looking for, is that feeling on that chord. So now, right away, we have it in the second measure of the song. Starts out on a B flat. We're in the key of B flat, 2 flats. Nice opening statement. Then right away to an E sus chord, and then right there is your first example of the sharp 9. So you have an E7 sharp 9. There it is. But it's against the melody note, which is an augmented fifth. So he loved that sound of that sharp 9 and the augmented fifth. Now, I should also mention, this is my arrangement. This is not Bill Evans' arrangement. These are what I came up with as sort of an interpretation of what Bill Evans would do harmonically. And then you have this nice passage. Then right here, that D7 chord is another sharp 9, right, with the augmented fifth on the top. See, so the sharp 9 can be either on the top of the chord or it can be inside of it like this, with a sharp 5 on top, or something else on top of 5, or, you know, or there, you know, you can have another note. But he loved the sound of the sharp 5, or the augmented sound, against that sharp 9. This creates perfect fourths. So you have here an augmented fourth, then a perfect fourth, and then another perfect fourth. That's a great sounding, earthy sounding chord. So there you have it on the E7 there, and then again on the D7. Now the next chord is extremely interesting and typical of Bill Evans. He has a half diminished chord, a G minor 7, but with a 9 in it, a major 9, then going up to there. And I should point out that this melody is a rising line. I'm going to show you that as we go along. You keep hearing that upper note move, ascending chromatically. Now here, next chord is the C7 sharp 9. There it is with the, there's the dissonance, there's the sharp 5, there's the flat 7. It's beautiful sounding. Then you get up to the flat 5 now of the chord, because the line is rising, right? It was like, now it's going, ascending. So he's descending and then ascending. Both are happening. Very clever statement again, and then there's our F7 sharp 9 with the augmented fifth again. So there we go. Now we're on the F minor 9, which is beautiful here. Then the B flat. Here you have the 13 with the flat 9. Moving nicely through a cycle fifths. The E flat minor 9. 11 there. Now here's your sharp 9. We're on an A flat chord. A flat 7 chord. A flat 13. There's your 13. There's your major third. And here's your sharp 9. Going to a flat 9. It's very clever. He's mixing it up. And then we get to this beautiful half diminished chord again. And then he puts, that line is ascending. You see it went, keeps going up. Now we're up to here. then ending up on a D flat sus, and then down a half steps. C sus. So the chords descend there, D flat, you know, D minor, D flat, C, while he's ascending melodically. It's a genius composition. Then one more descent here, and then one more ascend melodically up to that C sharp, which takes us back to the beginning again. Then we repeat. And we repeat all those sharp nines again. You heard 5 of them. So he has 5 more coming up, including at the very end, he hits this. He hits the 2-5-1 going to resolving to B flat with the half diminished chord, which is a dark sound. Like the sharp 9 is dark, you have, you know, all these flatted notes in the chord up to the flat 5, and then the sharp 9. Then, now he doesn't resolve to a tonic chord root 3rd 5th. He resolves to a sus chord. So it has the 9, the 4 or 11, and the 13 in it. Just like an A flat chord against a B flat pedal. Then a G flat chord against a B flat pedal. I put that in. So you're left with this unresolved kind of sense, which is really pretty, I think, and like you're just disappearing into the mist, you know, like you're floating away. You're not getting a resolved feeling like that, or you know, like you're not getting this. You're not getting that feeling. You're getting this. Yeah, so it's taking you into this zone in which you're like floating, you're drifting off into the fog or the mist, and you're left unresolved. Now, this is a difficult song in many ways, and particularly if you try to sing it, it's almost impossible. And yet, Bob Dro, I believe, wrote lyrics and did do interpretation, a vocal interpretation of this song. It has a subtitle called The Dream, Laurie, The Dream. We don't know who Laurie is. Maybe someone out there does know who she is. But anyway, it's an ingenious composition, an amazing use of the dominant 7 sharp 9s by Bill Evans. Extremely imaginative, extremely original, I think, and typical of Bill Evans, the Bill Evans sound. So I hope you enjoyed this, and will leave me a comment, and I'll see you next time around. Here's the sign off. Thank you. Signing off from the Jazz Ranch. Thanks so much for tuning in today. I want to give you a little shout out on my book. This is my book called Jazz Piano Methods and Songbook for Professional Playing. I've sold thousands of copies. I have a special sale going on right now. If you buy my book, you'll get my 140-page appendix of exercises for free. All you have to do is order my book through my website, and then write to me, and my email address is below, and I will send that to you directly to your email. So please check out the videos I've made on both books so you can see everything that's inside them. Where can you go and see a complete inside of a book on a video? Only here at the Jazz Ranch. So thanks for tuning in today. Please give me a comment. I love to hear from you. I always answer all comments. You'll see that I do answer all comments if you give me enough time. And until next time, in the words of my great friend upstairs, Hermie Dressel, I'll say, swing loose. We'll see you next time around. Be cool. Bye-bye.